My name is Dale T. Phillips, and I am a writer. I do horror, along with a lot of other things. I do mysteries. I do a lot of different genres, science fiction, fantasy, sci-fi, a little bit of everything. Because for me, the story gets written, and then I decide, oh, I guess that goes in that category. But sometimes the story just comes out in a certain way, and you don't always get to plan it. You just take it and do what you can with it. So we're here tonight because I figure most of you are horror fans, or like spooky stories, and Halloween's a great time for that. So we've got a lot of people tonight reading pieces from the work. I know a few of them, and I think they're quite excellent, so you should go around, talk to people, see the kind of story you like. We've got short stories and novels, so I'll find out the kind of thing that appeals to you. Talk to the authors about what they do, and the kind of thing you like. So, we'll start with this. I had the best training of all for horror writer, because I went to the University of Maine, and I had Stephen King as my writing teacher. Yeah, that was pretty good. Having him critique your stories while you're sitting in his living room going, this is all right. That was a long time ago. You know, now he's like the Stephen King, and back then he was just the Stephen King. So, I actually dedicated this book to him, and you'll see the cover is quite an homage to The Shining with the girls in the hallway, and that's a direct thing. I was actually able to give him a copy of the book and say, you've given us so many stories throughout all the time, I'd like to give you one. And I gave a copy to his son, Joe Hill, who's also a horror writer too. These are 10 short tales. If you're interested, come on over and have a look. We have also Tale of a Native American Legend. This is a novel. If you've ever been out in the north woods of Canada in the winter, you know it's a pretty scary place. And from T, who read the book.
Can I interject? He gave me my first nightmare in 30 years. I swear to God.
Does that guy look like he's scared of anything?
I look scared. And I had a nightmare at my camp. My wife had to shake me awake.
That's right. I'm going to take him on tour with me all the time and have to do that stuff. If you're interested in that, it's about a Native American legend which comes to life. It causes people to do horrific things. And then somebody from the modern world comes and tries to deal with this and is looking for a rational explanation. And this is myth and madness, this is the past and the present, and a blend of the worlds. So this is a very Joseph Campbell type journey mixed with David Lynch. So if you ever like the films of David Lynch, or you like the mythology of Joseph Campbell and a mashup of those two, come and give it a try. And this one, as Vlad was saying, he's one of my co-authors along with Ursula Wong right here in this row. We have come up with Insanity Tales. This is just out. This is a brand new book. It just came out for the first full day yesterday. This is 9 tales from 5 different writers, and this stuff is meant to scare you a little bit and unsettle you. If you read these, you're going to be looking over your shoulder, you're going to be wondering what that creak was in the hallway, you're going to be a little bit. But that's what Halloween's all about, isn't it? You can go online. Amazon has this in print and ebook. You can come on over. We don't have copies on hand, unfortunately, because it's so new. But I don't know. He's got this. We've got them available if you want. I think it was Ray Bradbury that said, write about the things that scare you. As horror writers, people sometimes ask us, where do you get your ideas? And you just go, well, just take a look around. Read the paper, Ebola. I mean, Stephen King wrote, The Stand, about 98% of humanity being wiped out. And if people look at this go, yeah, that could happen pretty quick. All the terrors that we know, the people doing crazy things all the time. Horror writers like to use that trope a lot. Rob writes his ghost stories. I know Scott has written a great vampire novel, Trailer Trash. So somebody's trying to deal with the plague of vampires going through there. Vlad has excellent stuff about the underworld of Lowell and a person who dies and then their world gets worse after that because things start happening and they have to try to escape their fate. And T, his Dante's Cipher. You're never going to go back in the woods of Maine after reading that book because I'll tell you, there's just scary stuff going on. You have to have a certain mindset to write this stuff and appreciate this stuff. I mean, we see scary movies. To me, the guy in the mask who goes after the babysitter, I'm like, that doesn't bother me. It doesn't scare me at all. I want something cerebral. I want something that you just don't know what's going on, but man, it's really unsettling you. That's that kind of psychological horror that I prefer. But everybody's got different tastes, and I'm sure we got something here for everybody. So come on by afterwards. And I'm not going to read a section because you're going to hear a lot of that tonight. Come on over if you're interested. Thank you.